Hello, Bitcoin plebs. Here we are back at the FYouMoney podcast live on Saturdays. It's 4 p.m. in Portugal. You already know the other times because I posted them on Twitter. So you should be here already watching this live podcast, the return of the FYouMoney podcast here from Portugal again after being almost 2 months in El Salvador. And I was, of course, checking everything happening with Bitcoin in El Salvador, as I told you during last year and the beginning of this year during January until we had the anniversary of Bitcoin podcast with a lot of people here. And then the pause for almost 2 months while I was in El Salvador. So you guys know I'm back now. So I've been in Portugal for 1 week and a few days. And now we are returning to the podcast as usual. More news about this will be given out to you soon. What happened in El Salvador, and I got a lot of footage there. I was filming everything and all the details about how Bitcoin is being implemented as legal tender. And also, I was staying in El Zonte, the center of everything, where everything started. I interviewed a few people, so I have a lot to discuss with you guys. Also, tonight, I'm going to be live on the Art for Cafe, the Portuguese podcast you know already. If you speak Portuguese or if you understand Portuguese, of course, you can watch it live at 10 p.m. Portuguese time. And I will be there, special edition, also to discuss everything I watched and I saw and I did in El Salvador. So I hope you guys enjoy it too tonight at 10 p.m. But soon I'm planning to present my first documentary, let's call it a short documentary of everything I saw in El Salvador. So I'm still working on that. There's a lot of work to do, a lot of footage to edit, and even translations have to be done. So I will take some time to do that. I know you guys are waiting for it. I've discussed it in the Telegram groups. But for now, we are just starting as usual the podcast on Saturday, and we have a special guest today. So he's behind the project, and I'm going to put it on screen. Just before that, of course, I was going to forget it. So check the website for everything related to the FYouMoney podcast, FYouMoneypod.com. You have all the information there and the network of channels that we have. We have 3 channels on YouTube, so you know already. The FYouMoney podcast, which is this one, the main channel, where we speak in English content all the time. Then we have the FYouMoney Portugal, Portuguese content also. And this is a bit of more of a podcast because it's only to speak with people about different projects, but in Portuguese. And then we also have the FYouMoney news channel on YouTube, where I aggregate all the news related to Bitcoin and this new world we live in. So don't forget to check FYouMoneypod.com, the website of this network of channels on YouTube. By the way, today we are also streaming live to 5 different platforms. So we are live on YouTube. Let me check because so many, I have to check them. So YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. We are live streaming to all those 5 platforms. And today we are going to speak with, and let me go here. Where is this? Jesus, so many messages. So we are going to discuss the Bitcoin-Hostel project with Albert Wolframm. I hope I pronounced it correctly because he's German and I'm not used to pronounce German names, but we will still be discussing everything in English, so don't worry. This is the page of the Bitcoin-Hostel project and that he's trying to implement in Portugal, of course, and we are going to bring him on stage also with 2 friends of mine. I hope that one of them will join later because he's a bit late right now. I hope he is joining the stream soon. Tiago from Aceita Bitcoin and Objecto. So they are both the founders of Aceita Bitcoin YouTube channel. So we are going to have a conversation with 4 people today, including myself. So let's bring them with no delay to the stage and let's hear. Oh, Tiago is here already, so that's good news. And hey, guys, welcome to the stream. Welcome, Albert. Welcome, Objeto. Welcome, Tiago. Tiago, it was a bit late, still here. So really nice to see you all. And so welcome all.
Hi.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
So on your top right now is Albert, the man behind the project, the man, and I guess there is also a woman behind the project. I don't know, but we are going to ask him because he told me there are two people. It's a couple from Berlin trying to do this in Portugal, but we are going to know everything. So welcome, Tiago and Objective from the State of Bitcoin. By the way, they have a podcast every Tuesday night around 10 p.m. Portuguese time. It's spoken in Portuguese too, so if you understand or speak Portuguese, you can watch their channel. Okay, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers, everyone. So let's start. Let's start with Albert. Albert, tell us a bit about you and your background before we go to the most interesting topic, of course, which is the project you are trying to develop.
Yeah. So hi Hugo. Thanks again for inviting me. I'm Albert. I'm German, as you probably understand from my accent. I was born in a smaller city, but raised in Berlin. And Berlin is a very diverse and very strange city because it was and kind of still is divided in two parts. We have a capitalistic part and a socialistic part. So for me, I was always in the struggle of understanding which system is better. Also, my family is from the more capitalistic part. My father was an entrepreneur. He had a architectural office building houses and warehouses. And to the socialist part of Berlin, where everyone was kind of like government employed and used to doing some like government work. So this was a big topic for me. And that's why I kind of got in pretty early into Bitcoin. I got really interested probably in, I don't know the year, but many years ago. Obviously, I didn't buy anything because I was a student. And now since a couple of years, like every single day looking up Bitcoin stuff, every single day thinking about Bitcoin. And I often have to try to not talk about it too many times because my friends already get annoyed by it. So
yeah, I have exactly the same feeling.
Yeah. Also family, and I'm giving like Bitcoin presents, and it's like already I'm the guy that's like Bitcoin again. Can you shut up?
So your vision about Bitcoin is a bit different from most people, right? You're not trying to get rich fast. It's a completely different philosophy behind it, right?
Yeah, actually, when I said I was getting into Bitcoin really early, I meant that I got interested in the idea, and I thought it's really something that is better than any sort of systems. I mean, better than goals, better than any sort of money we ever had. And I got really interested in it, but I never thought about buying it because I never had the idea of getting rich with it or of I don't know, having it as an investment. I wanted to support it. I wanted to maybe talk about it, but I never bought it until I realized, fuck, maybe if I support it, I should also buy it because that's part of the like changing system, now getting fiat out of everyone's hands and using some peaceful alternative.
So you got to know Bitcoin around what, 2013, 14? I know you don't know the year, but
I don't know. I was still in school, in high school, so probably like 9 years
that's
ago or
2
something.
years ago already, right? And
That's
how did you know
yeah.
to get Portugal then? Why do you have the idea to come to Portugal and do this project?
Well, maybe let me finish up on a few things of my curriculum, because I told you I was raised and I lived in this divided city. And then after I finished my high school, I went to study architecture because I was also with my father pretty involved in it, and like I got interested in building houses. And now actually I'm combining those two things. I'm in love with architecture, I'm in love with building stuff, and I'm in love with Bitcoin, and I'm also in love with traveling. So this is like, if you want to know who I am, just look at which is the Bitcoin-Hostel. It's combining all of those passions.
And why Portugal then?
Portugal is one of the most beautiful countries I've ever been to. It's got amazing people. It's got amazing food. It's got an amazing culture. It's got really nice weather. Also, the jurisdictions is really good. Pretty low taxes. It's more or less, yeah, it's really Bitcoin friendly. And yeah, that's why I love to go there. Also, and
So
also, the reason is I forgot to mention, property prices are pretty low. So I guess it's a good investment.
okay, so you've been here already. You know the country.
I wouldn't say I know the country, but
No, I
I
mean,
wouldn't also
you've been
say
here.
that
So
I've been to Portugal. I've been to Lisbon. I've been to Porto, and I've been to Eritrea.
Ericeira.
My
Ericeira,
girl,
yeah.
my girlfriend has been to she has been to Portugal many more times. She was actually living in Lisbon, and she did the whole round trip. Went to many beautiful places, and actually today on Twitter I tweeted a little bit about how we are planning to do this now. And actually, the first step is getting to know the country even better, finding property that is really valuable and where you can put a really nice hostel. And, we said the perfect is actually by going in with a camper. Uh, we, we can go to whatever place. It can be close to a city, but it can also be like in a landscape in the middle of nowhere. And if you want to buy something good, you just personally have to be there, and you have to understand how the country works and how the maybe seller is thinking. And that's why we want to go there for many months to explore this country really good. And we don't actually want to have a lot of pressure to say, well, we need to buy property really now, immediately. We have a low type, we have a low time preference, and that's why, yeah, with patience, we're going to find a perfect spot.
Objeto and Tiago, please come in.
Yes.
And if you want to, enlarge this discussion, just ask your doubts and your questions too.
Yeah. So I'm guessing your goal is Ericeira for the hostel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's not Erisea. It's somewhere in the
Yeah.
Algarve. Erisea is a really
Mm.
it's a cool place. I really like. I really love a part of southern Portugal, close to the. Um, I love traveling. I love going around the world. Actually, after I studied, I did like a world trip around many places in Asia, in Australia, I was in Africa for half a year. I really love traveling. But actually, Europe is a place that I have been doing some travel for weekends and for like short trips. But I don't actually know Europe that well as I know, for example, Indonesia, for example. So yeah, I still want to discover Portugal a lot, and I just want to show everyone that traveling is the most amazing thing. People getting to know people, getting to know nice landscapes, and like a lot of people now during the Corona times are just like they thought about their lives. They thought, "What the fuck are we doing here? I'm doing my shit job from 9 to 5, and I don't really believe in it. And then I go home and I'm actually stuck at home doing shit." And life doesn't have to be like this. Life can be like fucking amazing. You can go out, you can party, you can get to know people, you see faces, and you do things that are good, things that make you passionate, things that you don't go to sleep because you have to think about them because they are so amazing, and that's why we don't. Well, we want to educate people as well. We want to offer Bitcoin courses. We want to help people understand the technology and the idea behind this, and probably also the idea of how fiat systems work and what's wrong with them and why an alternative system could be better. But not all people want to study, and people want to just go to a nice place, enjoy their lives, and then if they, in a really light way, the idea of Bitcoin as well, because they are kind of forced to use it, and they're kind of understanding the idea behind of that would, I guess, yeah, put forward. And the more people we are, the better and the stronger the system gets.
Yeah. So, I believe Hugo asked the question. So, why Portugal? So, does it have to do with the non taxation?
No capital gains tax.
Well, I'm guessing it won't be like this for forever. So, and the question was more about how do you see this move from the EU we saw yesterday. So does it create some friction with your ideas of coming to Portugal and doing your project?
So my idea is that I told you there's three reasons: the cultural reason, the low cost reason, and the low tax reason. Now the last reason is a government thing, is a government decision, and with all government decisions, this can change in a second, as it's now showed with the EU decision. But the first two things are really strong. Really strong still. But I believe that it is a great idea to go to El Salvador and support it. It is a great idea to help African countries to get on board.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm European. I feel as a European person, it helps to go to other countries, to other continents. But what can I do? I'm European, and I want to fight also for the Europeans from my home place to, and I'm calling Portugal home because it's Europe, and that's why I kind of, for the moment, I don't want to leave Europe.
Yeah, I understand.
So exactly the opposite what I'm trying to do, because being European, just like you from Portugal, I am, of course, I went to El Salvador, and the people that usually follow the channel know that I've been in El Salvador for almost 2 months, and I did not even stream because it was really crazy there, trying to do so many things during the day. But anyway, I was trying also to do something like what you're trying to do here in Portugal. So it's funny that you are coming from Germany to Portugal to do something, which I'm going from Portugal to El Salvador to try to do the same. So actually, I'm also trying to go to El Salvador after watching and seeing everything there, not watching, seeing everything that I saw. I was also I am in the middle of trying to. I would not like to advance a lot about what I was doing there because it's still not done. I'm still waiting for some, signatures on some papers, but actually buying some land which is already built, and from there trying to see what I can do or what I can't do, but also having the legal residency in El Salvador because I'm preparing for the fact that in Europe things will not be like this all the time. So in the future, I'm guessing in 1, 2, 3 years maybe, they will try to regulate the maximum they can to get people out of Bitcoin and just into CBDCs, and that's and Portugal will also not be,
Yes, I think this
it will not be always like capital gains free. So I guess I'm preparing for that. So that's why I'm trying to do the same thing that you are trying to do, but also going to El Salvador.
I think that's good that multiple people can do multiple things, and I totally support you and all El Salvadorian people in hopefully building Bitcoin City and enriching the whole culture and the whole making every person in El Salvador a more making it a more safe place, making it a more educated place, more rich place, and I think that's a good cause.
Okay, I was trying to share this, but I'm not sharing the screen right now, or am I? Okay,
So
no.
why do you think Portugal
Sorry?
does not have as much potential as El Salvador?
What
I
doesn't
mean, El
have
Salvador,
potential?
it's got a huge potential in El Salvador with the new
No, El
president, but
Salvador, in my view, the difference between El Salvador, the main difference between El Salvador and Europe or Portugal in this case, is that El Salvador sees Bitcoin as a currency, and seeing it as a currency and in fact legal currency in the country, it will be according to the law, and in every country in the world you cannot tax your own currency. So Bitcoin will always be free of taxation in El Salvador. Capital gains tax, whatever tax that you can imagine, will always be free because this is a legal tender currency in the country. And in that sense, I see that in El Salvador it will be preserved. This situation will be preserved a lot longer in time than in Portugal, because in Portugal they see it as an asset. So it's just like some other asset in the markets that you can negotiate and make some capital gains out of it. And in this sense, I believe that in Europe and in Portugal, probably in the future, this will come to existence, to have a capital gains tax on Bitcoin, and everyone will have to, of course, if they make some capital gains, they will have to pay taxes on that. So preparing already for that, that's why I'm trying to, move my legal residency to El Salvador and be, legally a taxpayer of El Salvador, which means that I will don't have to pay any capital gains tax on Bitcoin, and I will continue to use Bitcoin as a currency, which I also believe it's a currency and not an asset. I'm always fighting about this idea with some people in Portugal that they consider it an asset, and I don't. So I consider Bitcoin the currency of freedom, and some people just see it as a means to get more fiat shitcoins. So there's a big difference there.
yeah.
I guess
So
you
maybe
agree with
let's see. I'm agreeing with what you said. I'm maybe a little bit more optimistic, or I refuse to give up the fight to make it a legal tender as well in Europe.
No,
I think more
I
or
don't.
less it's
I don't believe that that would happen. I don't believe that that would ever happen, honestly. And
really.
I'm an optimistic guy also. So what I do believe is that you can create, and that's what we with the with our project are trying to do is the circular economy, like Hugo saw in El Salvador. So you pay tax gains, or you pay
capital
the
capital
capital
gain.
tax gains when you off ramp to fiat. So if you stay inside the if you stay inside Bitcoin, so you pay for your shit in Bitcoin, you get paid in Bitcoin. So you go, so tax this.
Yeah,
If you,
exactly.
they eventually they will come up with something to try and do it. So, but until then, fuck them.
Actually yesterday there was a April's Fool joke in Portugal too about this message from the prime minister saying that he was going to make Bitcoin legal tender. He actually published that on Twitter, the prime minister. So I guess he's aware. He's aware that Bitcoin exists. At least he knows about its existence, but he's making, because he made this joke on April's Fool Day. But I didn't see it. Some people told me about this, but of course I didn't believe it. But at least it shows that the prime minister is aware of the existence of Bitcoin, and that's not bad already. So
But you know what? I actually prefer to to explain people, to explain regular people, not politicians, what Bitcoin is and what potential it has. And actually, I told you before we went live, I'm talking to all my friends and families and every fucking person I know about Bitcoin, and many get annoyed, but actually it's really satisfying when people actually understand it and then
Mhm.
come back to me and tell me, well, actually, can you explain to me how I can get my first Bitcoins? And how much does it cost, and like what platform do you want to use? And some other people refuse to accept it because it's not a legal tender and it's not controlled. And then I understand it. I tell them a little bit more about, well, actually it is pretty controlled. It's like it's controlled by mathematics, and it's like
Mhm.
public, and you can see everything what is happening, and like everything is on the blockchain, everything you can understand. And
I think
yeah, and then
the
they
main difficulty
find,
is because people don't understand how the money works now, and so there there's a like a it has to happen a mind shift to understand Bitcoin. So if you don't understand how money is today, you will
yeah,
think Bitcoin is like some magic stuff or some scam or some whatever. So I do
yeah,
believe, especially in Portugal, where there's ignorance all over about money, uh, they do uh, they view Bitcoin like so this guy's trying to scam me or trying to get some money out of me. Or and so if the state, if daddy doesn't say it's good, so it's not good.
yeah.
Okay, so let me just correct something I just said, because Sergio Koshai is sending a message here on the chat, and he says that actually this was an April's Fool joke, but it was not made by the Prime Minister. So I guess I heard it wrong yesterday. So this was not published by him; it was someone else publishing it. So it's corrected, and I'm sorry for that
He
misinformation.
probably he probably knows about it
Yeah,
as
he
a
knows about it, of course. But anyway, I thought
yeah.
it was him posting that as a joke, but it wasn't. So thank you, Sergio, for correcting me.
And I do believe, just let me just say this, I do believe this move from the EU, it's like a power move to steer people away from Bitcoin. So they want to bring in the CBDCs. This is for me is a reality in 3 years max. We will have CBDCs in
Yeah,
Europe, and so if people try to avoid the privacy issues they will have with the CBDCs, and everybody, at least we Bitcoiners, are saying, yeah, fuck your CBDCs. We'll just use Bitcoin like it's cash, because it is like cash, only it's digital.
Mm.
And to avoid those privacy issues that the CBDC will bring, because you will have to be identified in every transaction you do. And so if they start now trying to steer people away from using Bitcoin because they will be uh, identified, so yeah, oh, fuck it, let's bring in the CBDCs. So if Bitcoin is bad also, so I do believe we should fight it and ignore it, defy it, do not comply. So
Well, I think
yeah,
if you fight it, I think we should not fight it. I think build, we should inform people simply. We should,
yeah, yeah,
we
that's a way
should,
of
like
fighting
what
also.
we are aiming to do with the Bitcoin-Hostel. We're trying to say, well, I don't want to go on the streets and some manifestations and go against their systems and their bullshit, because they're not gonna listen anyway. Like
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
not,
not saying to fight it. I'm not
I will never ever believe that they will change their idea, because who would give their power up for something that they
I'm not
cannot
saying
control?
it should be a physical fight. You know, if if you
Yeah,
if if you adopt Bitcoin as a payment system, so that's a way of fighting it too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And if you don't
it's a peaceful
comply,
solution.
yeah.
yeah. We should build like gateways around it, like improve the on ramps, like the P2P on ramps, and make sure the people that make contact with the Bitcoin ecosystem don't make
Yeah,
it through the banking system.
yeah.
They do it like with a friend or with a person in known.
Like it's written
Well,
in the white paper, like a peer-to-peer electronic cash system, right? So
Hmm.
and not centralized, like Satoshi wrote. So that's the main point. Before we continue, let me just tell the people watching this on the chat. If you want to ask any questions, please do on the chat, and I will put them here on the screen, and we can, of course, answer them. I guess if you have any, specific questions about the project that we are discussing today, you can ask them directly to Albert, and then he will answer. Um, so but let's discuss a bit more about the project itself. And I was trying to share
Yes.
the screen now, but I have a problem here sharing my screen with the browser is not allowing me to share the screen. I have to restart the browser in order to have the permission from the Mac OS platform to share the screen. So that's crazy. I'm sorry for that, but I will use the my own screen to share the page. So if you guys bear with me here, I will do it like this instead of sharing my screen, and let's go about this website a bit and discuss the project again. So uh, I guess this picture is around that area that you said about Ericeira, something like that. I don't really know this specific picture, but so this is where you plan to build. And before that, I have one really important question. You are an architect. You work like an architect in Berlin, right?
I don't work. Yeah, often I pretend I'm like an architect, but I actually don't get the permission yet. I don't have the government certificate that I'm an architect. So you could say I'm
Okay.
like an architect. I studied
Okay, so
architecture.
but anyway, you studied for architecture, I guess.
Yeah, I
And
studied
you
architecture classes, and now I worked in the field for
okay.
about 4 years.
So the plan, I guess, is for you to buy the land and then you design the construction itself. So what you're trying to do is to build it yourself. So make the project and then build it, right? Or are you planning to
Um,
buy? Are you planning to buy a building already somewhere and then refurbish it or something like that? I don't know.
the idea is that we want to make it like really from the bottom up. We want to make it really like a Bitcoin hostel, and a Bitcoin hostel in the sense that it follows all actually it's an interpretation of how I understand Bitcoin. And for me, that I understand Bitcoin as actually also a grassroots movement where it's not from top to bottom, but from bottom to top. So all the people and the like regular people are involved in it and making it strong. So I will buy the land. It can also be a land with some building on top, some old ruin maybe that we can renovate, and then put additional houses on it. Um,
I'm not sure you can do that.
then we want to do it open source. The idea is to make actually an architecture competition. So we will publish the plans. We will publish the DWGs of the land with all the measurements. We will publish the recommendations we have, or actually the needs we have. So the amount of rooms we need, um, the idea, what kind of order it should have, or what kind of structure it should have, like how big the kitchen should be, and how big the bar should be, and if there should be a pool or not, and maybe some general stuff that we describe on how you imagine the place to be. And then it should be open source for everyone to watch and for everyone to participate and put in a design. They can send their sketches, their designs, and in the end, we have to find out how we figure out who's winning and whose design will then be put into construction. But the idea is this: that everyone can participate, whether it's an architect or just someone interested in architecture or someone who's interested into building or whatever. Everyone can make some proposal. And then I'm the one that is going to put it into reality, organize the whole construction, do detailed drawings, find out what firms to pay, and in general organize the whole construction.
So the plan is, just to summarize it, you guys are going to buy a van, right? A camping van, and then you're going to. Oh, you bought it already. So this part of the plan is done. That's cool. And you're planning to drive it to Portugal. Sorry.
It's got laser eyes too.
Laser eyes. Okay, that's a good idea. So then you plan to drive it back to
people
Portugal.
on the highway complain.
Yeah, I'm sure. So you plan to drive it to Portugal. You will stay and you will live in that camping van while you search for the correct or the most suitable place or land to buy the land, right? And then you plan to have this competition among different architects that, if they want to help or participate in the competition, to see who gets the best project done, and then you plan to build it. So this is the plan. In summary, that's the plan, right?
That's the plan, right?
Okay, so I have also the webpage here. I was showing it in full screen just a few minutes ago. So the plan is, when this is done, educate people, as I can see here, promote sports also around the tourism area. Also, I see here food, and food is always a very good excuse to have people together and socialize, of course, and then promote conversation and all this about Bitcoin. So this is basically what you do already with your really annoyed friends that always get the Bitcoin talking from you, right? So let's have a place where we can annoy everyone and then teach them about Bitcoin, right?
Yeah.
No, of course, I'm joking, but I really enjoy. Sorry? We didn't hear you, sorry.
It's going to be a lovely place. I hope I'm going to hire anyone.
Yeah, I'm just joking. Oh, here it is. The van is this one with laser eyes, so I guess you should not drive at night because people will not really enjoy it. Step 2, get the word out to find support, which we are doing right now. So this is step 2, actually, this live stream. Step 3, and sorry, I'm going to put this again.
In winter time, we can use it to make fire.
Sorry, there's a time what? I didn't get that, sorry. I guess your sound is not working really great right now. But as I was saying, step 1 is buying the camp.
I can know the internet don't hear you.
Okay, I can hear you now. So as I was saying, so the step 1 is done. You have the camping van. Step 2 we are doing right now, which is spreading the word out to people and telling people to follow you on Twitter. By the way, let me just, before we continue the steps, let me just go to Twitter here. And of course, you can find it on the notes, the video notes below this video, but I will also show you guys here, Bitcoin-Hostel. Let's see, I guess it's this one. Yeah, exactly. So this one, so this is the Twitter account for Bitcoin-Hostel, and everything that will be done by them, I guess it will be posted here, so you guys can follow. It's at Bitcoin_Hostel. And so if you're enjoying this project and this idea, of course, you should follow this Twitter account and see what's happening. Also help to participate in any way you can. So step 2 we are doing right now. Step 3, sort out finance. So I guess this one, you have a donate Bitcoin here. I guess people can also support the project by donating some Bitcoin to help you guys start it. Now, Step 4, when do you think step 4 will come into place? When do you think you will drive the van to Portugal and start finding this piece of land? I guess are you guys hearing me? I don't know if
Yes.
Albert, can you hear me?
I hear you really bad.
Oh, okay. So I was asking you, when do you think that step 4 will start to happen? When are you going to find, or I mean driving the camping van here to Portugal and start to find a piece of land to build the project?
It's a little bit hard to say because at the moment I'm still working on a project which I have to finish, and after it's done, we are ready to leave Berlin and go towards Portugal.
Do you think it will happen this year or maybe next year?
Yes, I think definitely this year.
Okay.
Not going to make another winter in Berlin.
Okay. Yeah, I guess it's cool there. Step 5.
But
step
yeah,
5. Sorry. Go ahead. Okay, I guess he's having some trouble with the internet there. So step 5 is hosting the architectural competition, which I think you could start already, because you can have this in parallel with the other steps. And step 6, start construction. Step 7, welcome the first guests. So I guess if you start the project this year and if you move to Portugal this year, probably you could be welcoming guests by next year, which would be really great to have this project here in Portugal.
Let me tell you something, Albert. I think the odd spot for is Ericeira, man. I think it's the perfect place in Portugal for hosting a project like that. Like, you have a very good surf community, like full of tourists. You have very good spots, man. The local commerce is really good. You have fresh fish almost every day, and yeah, local markets work really good, and people are really nice. Ericeira would be in my opinion, the best spot to choose from those on your mind, I guess. I think most of tourists, including most British that come to Portugal, look to Algarve. And in my opinion, that's a misconception. I think people should look at Ericeira. It already has like a huge community of tourists that come every year in the summer.
Why not the Algarve? I'm from the Algarve. Why not the Algarve?
No, that's just my opinion.
Yeah,
I guess
go buy some bread in August, please. You know what I mean?
I don't know if Albert is able to hear us, but
like in the winter, Ericeira is still full of tourists. Like,
Yeah.
for the surfing, like it's still full. Like other places like Nazaré, which is a huge tourist spot as well, doesn't have that many tourists on the winter. So, I guess, yeah. And I think Algarve on the winter is a little bit more low-key, I guess, as well. I don't know. You would have to ask Google Rams for that. Not.
Yeah, but the proximity to Lisboa helps a lot.
We are having so Albert is writing to me saying that he has some problems with the internet. I don't know if he can hear us very well right now, but we were having a really nice stream, and now, of course, he is losing a bit of connection there. So I don't know if he's able to hear us, or maybe you leave the stream and then come back. I don't know.
He froze.
I am trying to write to him, but I don't know if he's hearing me. So he looks like he doesn't hear anything there, or he's blocked. The connection is frozen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe trying without the video stream.
Okay, so he left the stream and probably he will come back. So what you guys think about this project? Let's discuss it. Oh, he's back already. Okay, let's see.
Super nice, man. It's super nice.
Hey Albert, can you hear me now?
Yeah, now I can hear you. I put my mobile internet. Sorry for that.
Okay, no worries. Yeah, I saw here that your connection was really poor, so that's why I asked you to leave and come back. So no worries. I was just discussing a bit about the steps you have on the website. It looks very reasonable. I like the project. And he's frozen again, so I don't know. We're having some problems today here.
Yeah.
So let's see if anyone asked any questions. No, we don't have any questions yet from the people watching, and I don't know. I don't know if he's able to. Yeah, it's frozen, so I don't know. I don't know if we will be able to continue talking to Albert right now. But Tiago, what? Tell me your ideas about the project. What you think?
Yeah, I think it's a great project. I'm not sure you can do what like construct new buildings on a site. I'm not sure that works like he's thinking of. I do believe
You're
there's
talking, you're
some.
talking, of course, about the Portuguese regulations about
Yep.
non-urban areas that you cannot build lots of
Yes.
stuff in
Yes.
those
So
places, right?
you can build it. You can build on some ruin. If you have some ruins, you can build on that. You can probably get some authorization from the municipality to enlarge it, but I don't believe it's at least it's not easy to
Mhm,
to to build new structure on a on
mhm.
a on a on a site. So
Albert,
apart from
can you hear us now? We
yeah,
don't hear you.
it's
I
muted.
guess you have your microphone muted.
No.
Today we have technical problems for sure. So Tiago, please go
Yes.
ahead. Continue,
So
please.
apart from that, I do believe it's a cool project and a nice project, and the part that they are trying to make it open source and
And
community
decentralized.
based.
I guess the word is decentralized, right? Because
In some
he wants
sort.
people to participate and to support the project. He wants to host a competition for different
Mhm.
architects. So
In
it's
some
like a decentralized project, right? Like just like Bitcoin.
Yeah, in some sorts, and I am yeah, right, not right now, but I was for many years a drafter, and so this can be really a cool project to grow in real time, where you have like 5 people working on the same thing, and you can do that with AutoCAD or some Autodesk
Hmm.
tool, and you can have a lot of people working on the same things. Like you can have architects and engineers and like structural engineers and electrical and everything that involves the project working on the same at the same time on the same thing. And this could be a cool way of getting a project up and running. And so and I do believe it's maybe your time frame may be a little bit optimistic. I think 1 year may not be maybe too optimistic, but yeah, 2 years probably.
Let's see. So I guess we lost Albert for now. That's a bit weird. Okay, no problem. Abjet, what's your idea about this project? Let's
Yeah,
hear
I'm
it.
amazed, man. I'm amazed. Uh, if there's anything we could do, like to support this project, I'm willing to participate in it. So I guess that depends on the spot he chooses, but so yeah, man, it would be a pleasure to help his project grow naturally, of course, and yeah, that's it. But it's a really cool idea, and I think Portugal for that kind of things, like for that kind of ideas, it's a great hotspot. Like we have certain parts of the country that could be would accommodate a project like this really well. That's my line of thinking.
Okay, so yeah, I am trying to
Google.
get him on Telegram, but he's not. I guess the internet is a bit weird. So yeah,
So,
Tiago.
but did he talked about the supporting part and the like? Does he have the money to start, or he's trying to crowdfund the the entire project?
So what I heard while talking to him even before we started the live stream was
Mhm.
that he already bought the van. Actually, I even forgot that, and he told me again during the live stream. I guess he's trying to come back. Let's see. So what I heard is they already bought the camping van, and they are now starting to try to fund the project by getting
Crowdfund.
donations from the Bitcoin community. And I don't know if there are any other ways that he's trying to fund it. So Alberto, Albert, I don't know if you can hear me now. I guess not. He's having really big trouble there. I don't know why. I guess now it's the microphone is not working on his side because the connection looks good. He has good connection right now, but the microphone is not working on his side, so I don't know what's happening. Anyway, so any other ideas, any other questions, you guys on the chat or here, Objeto and Tiago, do you want to discuss this? I guess, Tiago, you could even help him with the payment system, Bitcoin payment system. So I guess in
Good.
that
I'm
sense, you guys
not
could work
sure I
together.
can be a custodian. I'm not sure I can be a custodian right now. So I maybe deemed as a terrorist or something like that.
Unhosted wallets, man. Yeah, you provide unhosted wallets.
Yeah, according to the European regulations that are coming out, someday we will all be terrorists, financial terrorists. So
That's probably nothing.
that's probably nothing.
Yeah, but I do believe if he can use Tallycoin for that, it would
Yeah. The one, the project.
connect his node
Yeah.
to receive Lightning payments also, and you can host a Tallycoin for that.
Yeah.
You can even have like a in Tallycoin you can have like a monthly a goal. So
Yeah.
every month it gets to zero. So imagine you need like 1,000 euros every month to keep the project running, and you have that every month it goes to zero and restarts, or just set up a goal and let it rip. So
Yeah. I have another question. Like,
if people can give 20 Bitcoin to the trackers in Otava, and I don't
Yeah.
know how much to Ukraine, so why not support a good project?
yeah.
About
Yeah.
Ukraine, about Ukraine, you were saying that people are supporting Ukraine also by donating Bitcoin. This is a sensitive topic for me because I have a very different opinion about all this
Me
conflict.
too. I don't. I
But
mean,
anyway,
let,
I would never. This is only my opinion, of course, and you guys, you guys decide for
yeah.
yourselves. But my opinion is, I would never donate any money in any form, Bitcoin or otherwise, to Ukraine because that will be supporting a war. And I believe that
Yeah.
donating Bitcoin to support a war is against every principle of that was in the base or the formation of Bitcoin when it came to be. So my opinion is it's people don't like it very much. Some people didn't like it, but in my opinion, I will never give Bitcoin to support any wars.
Yeah.
But that's
Yeah.
my opinion only. So
Me too.
uh, I guess Bitcoin is freedom money. It's not war money. So people forget about this Of course, if you are donating Bitcoin to fund, helping people coming out of Ukraine, that's a different story. I would
Yeah.
never give out Bitcoin to the government of Ukraine right now. The same way I would never give any money or any
Or
Bitcoin to
any
the Russian
government.
right now. It's the same.
Or
Huh?
any government. Or any government.
Or any government for that matter, exactly, any government. So you are absolutely right. I would never donate anything like that, only if specific people needed something, of
And
course, or people getting
and
out.
with
That's a
it
completely different story.
and with Bitcoin, that's easy. So support a direct person.
Okay, we have Albert again.
Guys,
Albert,
I'm back.
Finally you solved the problem there. Thank you
Sorry for
man.
that.
Albert, I have a question for
I
you.
don't want to make excuses, but German
No.
internet is the worst.
he's in the toilet.
Really?
He's in the toilet now. It's the only place he has Wi-Fi.
Albert, can you hear me, man? I have a question for you.
I can hear you.
So, after the construction and the project is done, what is in your mind, like seeing the continuation of the Bitcoin adoption around the world? What is in your mind, like what is your line of thinking after the project is done? Like, do you mean to host like some meetings, like Bitcoiner meetings in Portugal? Do you seem to be approaching that line? Like, do you want to be the center of Bitcoin? Oh, do you want to be the center of Bitcoin hostels in Portugal? Like, would you like to host some meetings, like with the Bitcoiner community in Europe? Invite some guests, some special guests. What's your line of
Yeah.
thinking around that?
Yeah, so the goal would obviously be to make it a real hub for all sorts of people that are interested in Bitcoin, people that are in it already for a long time, and people that just want to learn about it, don't know anything yet. But the goal is not to just build it, but to really stay there for a long time, because projects like this take ages. They have to really build their fruits in many years. And I guess this time now during Corona, this is something personal now that I'm saying. You really think about your living and how you should or how you want to live your life. And I want to live my life in a positive way, and I want to have my garden, make my own vegetables. Don't depend on going with a mask to supermarkets that sell you bullshit. Want to eat fresh fish and nice vegetables made by me. And I want to be in a community. I want to see faces. I don't want to see robots.
Eat the
I want
bugs.
to
Eat
see
the bugs.
faces. I want to see smiles. And
So basically,
that's why I'm
basically,
inviting everyone to come and join.
basically, you are an anarchist.
I'm an anarchist, yeah.
That's
Or like a libertarian, more of a libertarian, perhaps.
Well, anarchy. The word anarchy doesn't mean there are no rules.
Yeah.
It means there are no rules.
Natural order. Yeah, natural order.
There is an order.
Yeah, exactly. So when can we expect to see you in Portugal and have a few beers and talk directly to you?
I guess I can fly to Portugal anytime for a short trip. So I guess the beer we can do anytime.
Okay, that's nice. That's nice. I think we should have a real conversation like real people do or used to do before COVID, like face to face, having a beer and discussing really interesting topics.
Yeah, I think there are so many more things to say. Today, actually in Germany, we got rid of most Corona restrictions, and I went to a supermarket and I went to some shopping center, and it was amazing to see faces. That is something that is so
they
basic.
are lifting
so important.
today or tomorrow, right?
You're in Portugal?
No, it's in Germany. They are lifting restrictions. I believe tomorrow or today.
How are we in Portugal? I don't know. I don't.
No, it's in Berlin.
In Portugal, they were also trying to do some things, but no one is doing anything. I'm still going to the coffee shop, and I still have to wear a mask if I want to go in. So it's really stupid anyway.
You want to come to my coffee? because I walk in and I don't
Yeah,
wear.
me too, man. Me
You don't wear a mask, and if they call the police, what happens?
What police?
too. The owner knows you, man. The thing is
Yeah,
that.
yesterday I also had a different, really nice experience. I was in the metro. I don't usually take it, but this time I took it, and I had some like teenagers sitting next to me, and they got into the train and they were complaining about their mask hurting behind their ear,
Yeah,
and what they could do about it, and like use a different
take it
mask.
off.
I was sitting there maskless and told them just
Stop
carry
breathing.
the mask, and they actually did.
Albert, I really like the project. I really enjoy the project, and that's why I decided to. As soon as I saw you publishing on Twitter, I decided to invite you to come here on this live stream. I guess you also got the invitation from Tiago, and you will be also on their live stream, I guess, on Tuesday. And I hope if everything goes fine. But anything I can do to help, even more than just this live stream itself, that already passed on the word. I'm sure that many people got to know you and the project. So anything you need, just you have my Telegram contact. You just talk to me, and if you come to Portugal, let's have a beer and let's discuss it.
Nice, nice, Hugo. Thanks a lot for everything you've done already, and I really appreciate it. I'm super glad there's so much positivity in this space, and I couldn't imagine there's such a huge and nice feedback I'm getting all the time. Private messages from amazing people from all over the world: Australia, Ireland, France, Germany, Portugal, and everyone wants to help, and this is it makes me really happy. And I'm sure together we can make something cool.
Man, one thing I'm sure, if you're doing a Bitcoin project and you are not including any shitcoins, you can have all the support you want from me.
Yeah, I was about to do. I was about to say that, man.
That is amazing.
I was
That's
just
As
about to
amazing.
say.
as soon as people start to include shitcoins in their projects, I'm out. I'm not there anymore. So
Yeah,
just forget it, man.
Yeah, same here. Same here. But I
So
have to say,
Tiago,
I don't wanna go against crypto people because they already had the first step. I must be honest. I also had some Ethereum. I sold it. I think most of us had a period where they bought shitcoins until they understood.
yeah, I also did, and this is public. Everyone that follows me knows that I was also a shitcoiner in 2017 and
Yeah,
18, and then around 2019 I saw the light,
yeah,
and I decided this is not for me. I'm a Bitcoiner. I'm not. Now I forgot the word. Oh man, I'm
Corner.
completely crazy.
Say it. You
and I
were a
guess
shit
the
man.
the space gets crazier and crazier with all those ICOs, and now it's NFTs, and
Yeah,
it's
exactly. So NFT scrap and all that. But I'm a libertarian, so this is the word I was trying to look for right now. I just forgot it. And I'm a libertarian, and I realized I was a libertarian in 2019, and since then, I never had anything. I never bought any more shitcoins. I never did anything related to shitcoining. So I sold. I was even a miner of Ethereum, by the way. I sold all my mining operation, and now I'm just mining Bitcoin. I'm starting to build a nice mining operation of Bitcoin also,
mm,
so with a lot of miners already. And so I dedicated myself to being a libertarian and Bitcoiner, and that's what I do with my life right now. And I'm really willing to help you in your project. And of course, Portuguese are known for being so friendly. So of course, you will find lots of people in Portugal willing to help you in any way they can, for sure.
yeah.
nice. That is really nice to hear that. And first goal is gonna be improve my Portuguese, or actually learn Portuguese.
Yeah, that's pretty easy, man. I'll give you
Is
2 weeks, man. 2 weeks. You speak in Portuguese.
Actually, people coming from other countries usually they start to speak Portuguese in two,
Yeah,
three,
man.
4 months.
Yeah, yeah.
It's amazing, and
Give him 2 weeks, man. Give him 2 weeks.
I'm sure that if I go to Germany right now, it will take me like 2 years to actually be able to speak to someone properly in German.
Like,
But in Portuguese, it's easy to learn, I guess.
I think it's
give him.
also because of the nice mentality of people. Everyone's chatting and talking, and that's why you get to know the language better.
So
Good.
Tiago, any other thoughts about the project? I guess you were talking about some stuff when Albert had those problems with the internet.
Yeah, I was trying to find out about the funding. I see you have the support, like the donate in the page.
Mhm.
So what is the goal here? So you want to crowdfund the entire project? You have some side money to put into it already. So is it a 100% crowdfunded project, or you have some some spare money to put
So
in?
yeah, I was thinking about this a lot, and the finance is a complicated thing because I could sell some Bitcoin and do that.
What?
Probably I will also do that. But most of the financing I actually want to do with the credit. I want to get dirty shit money from the bank
Yeah.
as a present.
Michael
And
Saylor style. You want to use Michael Saylor style, right?
yeah.
Ah,
Actually, the camper, actually also for the camper, it's ridiculous. They give you a credit for nothing. I pay like 2% interest, which is like, I mean, we have an official inflation rate of 7%.
You
So
didn't
that's
buy it in Portugal, right?
that's a present. That's like it's you're stupid if you don't
You
take credit.
you had that credit in Germany, right? Those
Yeah,
2%.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
don't tell me.
that's because that's you are lucky, because if
yeah,
you
yeah.
wanted to ask money in Portugal, they would ask you like 7% or more.
Is it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, no,
because
actually,
that's considered like a personal credit, so it's the interest is very high.
yeah. And I guess like up to like 50,000, they don't even ask you what you want to use it. Like for the camper, they didn't even like, I told them it's for a car, but they don't really care if it's for a car or for a TV or fucking, I don't know, prostitute.
I like Germany already.
Yeah. So I guess it's at the moment getting a credit in Germany is really easy. And so most of the finance will be by doing that. Obviously, you have to be you have to have skin in the game and yeah, do most of the finance. But we appreciate all sorts of small amounts, medium amounts, big amounts. Donators only Bitcoin. Want a bit. We want to crowd fund this whole thing, and I'm thinking about, or actually I thought about going on GoFundMe, but then I thought
No, forget about it. Do it on
GoFundMe.
Talicoin.
Yeah, do
It's
it on
only
time.
Bitcoin.
Do it on Talicoin.
Yeah. Have
Yeah.
you thought about using your
What
Bitcoin?
the hell is Tallycoin, by the way? Just sorry to
Tali-
interrupt. I don't
What's the
even know
project
that.
used in Canadian in Canada?
Talicoin
Yeah.
is a crowdfunding platform
Oh,
in
okay.
in
Okay.
Bitcoin. Okay,
That's
Okay.
that's
and
good.
you
That's a
and
good
you
advice.
you get your XPub, for example, or just an address. I wouldn't recommend that. So use an XPub, so you generate a new address every time anyone wants to donate,
Hmm.
Hmm.
and you receive donations right in your wallet. So
Okay.
they are just providing a platform. So it
That's
Okay. So they are not custodians. They don't
no
hold the Bitcoin.
no
They just provide the platform between the donation and the people
in
receiving it.
your wallet.
It
Yes,
was used in
Okay.
Canada, like in the protests.
and you
Okay.
can,
That's really nice.
if you have a node running or you have an open node account, you can and in a few months maybe there's some other implementations, but if you have your own node or an open node account, you can receive donations via lightning,
Okay.
that's cool.
which is really
That's
easy.
that's another thing I wanted to ask Albert. So when you have this project going and you have the hostel running, of course, I'm sure this is a question, but I'm almost sure that you're going to say yes. You are going to use Lightning Network to receive the payments, right?
Of course.
Yeah. So I never asked this because I assumed it was obvious. Just like when I went to El Salvador and I wanted to buy anything, even chewing gum or even a pupusa, which is $1. So I was using Lightning Network, and it's much more convenient
Yeah.
than just having to use Layer One.
I have a question for Albert. Albert, are you looking at some Bitcoin companies to provide you some credit using Bitcoin as a collateral? Have you thought about it?
I've thought about it.
Like,
but
have you thought about contacting like those American companies, like or
Ledden?
Laden or
That's
Laden?
Canadian, by the way. Ledden, I
Yeah,
think it's Canadian.
Canadian.
I mean, this is basically what Sailor is actually doing at the moment. No, he's using his
Yeah, it would be
Bitcoin as
perfect, man.
collateral.
The perfect thing would
Um,
be to use your Bitcoin as collateral and finance your project like that.
I would get more information on that because
Yeah.
I don't. I mean, I don't. The prices go up and down all the time. And
Yes, yes.
if
Yeah.
one day, I don't know, the conditions are like I have to sell my Bitcoin if it goes under
No. I was
10,000.
I was thinking about a fiat credit, but using your Bitcoin, like
As collateral.
exactly.
I
Like, you don't start
I
with
can
60%.
tell you one thing. I was also researching a lot about Ledden. I have already an account with Ledden, and I believe they are respectable company, so they are not trying to scam anyone. But there is an implicit risk using Bitcoin as collateral to get your fiat loan, which is so you need basically 100 double the amount of Bitcoin to get, for example,
It's a 50,
$100,000.
50%.
Let's say you need $100,000. You need to use the amount of Bitcoin as collateral to $200,000.
No, yeah, I know.
And
Fifty.
there is a risk associated with that. Let me just explain this. They use the collateral as the price it is right now when you ask for the loan. But let's suppose Bitcoin goes down, you will have to increase your Bitcoin position as collateral a lot more to keep your loan not being liquidated. Okay, it's just like using leverage on the markets. It's exactly the same. So if you don't increase your collateral, you can lose your position of Bitcoin because Bitcoin went down in price and the collateral is much less than it was before. So you have to be really careful when you use these platforms and know the risks if
I
you
guess if
really
it
want
works
to use
as
it.
I guess
Yeah, but
if it works really as a Bitcoin standard, and you could say, well, I'm going to use one Bitcoin as a collateral, no matter how much is worth in fiat, that might work. But I wouldn't
Yeah,
sell
the
it.
problem is that they use it as fiat. So your collateral is Bitcoin, but they use it as fiat. And if the fiat is not enough to
Yeah.
collateralize your loan, then they will liquidate your position. Of course, they will tell you before that you have to increase your collateral and you have some time to do it. But if you don't do it, then the loan is liquidated.
yeah, but yeah, you should use fiat debt. Yeah, Jose is selling in the chat. He's right. He's right. I was like not implicitly telling you to to put your Bitcoin as collateral, but yeah, you should use fiat debt as you can. Like if it is
Yeah,
cheap,
actually,
use it.
getting
So
obviously now it's also a little bit of a difficulty with the timing because usually you get a really good credit if you have a really good fiat job. So it would be the the moment I'm getting the credit officially, I should have a like fiat job that is actually paying me. But I guess there's also ways to kind of tell people to give me an official contract, an official income, and then they'll give you a fiat credit. Because
Is it
if I'm,
possible? Is it possible? By the way, is it possible to borrow the money in Germany to build in Portugal?
this one I didn't ask yet. But
Well, if you have
it's more complicated.
if you have those small interest rates, it would be very interesting to get the loan in Germany and then
If
use
it's
it in
personal,
Portugal. Yeah?
if it's a personal
Well, for you,
loan,
it's definitely not that easy to say. Well, not Portuguese people can come to Germany and ask for a cheap credit. So probably you have to have a residence here. You have
No,
to
no, no.
register.
I'm talking about you. I'm talking about you.
Yeah.
You
And
yourself you asking for the credit in Germany, but to use it to build your project here in Portugal.
yeah, it is more difficult. Also, it's depending on obviously the sum you're asking. But for them, it is really hard to control it because if you don't, I mean, if you're buying property, if you're buying property, this property will be the collateral.
Yeah.
If you buy some house or some land in Portugal, for them to say, well, it is worth less now, like Bitcoin could be worth less, the property could be worth less. Either you change your contract or you have to give the property. And obviously, if the property loses value and the property is in a different country, it's harder for them to get it. So I guess the interest would be higher.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. But if this would be easier, I mean, for you being German and asking for the credit in Germany, and with those interest rates really low in Germany, that would be very interesting for you, I guess. But
Yeah,
yeah, but I
I
guess
guess
it's not so easy.
yeah. Well, this is something I still have to get into more. Now I got the credit for the camper, and
And
I
that's a
try
start
to
already. And that's a start.
I try to not ask for too much credit all the time, because the other day I was also in a bank and they told me actually the more you get into contact with the banks, the lower your credit score gets, because the more often you do those requests, it gets registered on a company called Schufa, and this company will then tell the banks that actually this dude is talking to many banks, so he might have some financial problems. And this is why actually at the moment I don't try to connect too much with the banks, don't try to talk too much with them. Get the crowdfunding thing a little bit more forward, and then in a couple of months or like towards the end of the year, I will go back to the banks and talk with them in more detail about how much interest rates they're going to charge me, what amounts they could give me, and if I can also use it to build a hostel in a different country, and if Portugal would be something that they would support.
That's great to know. Great to know. So, guys, do you have any more questions?
No.
All good? Everything clarified about the project, which I really like.
I mean, it's still a
gets
really
me
long
all-
way to go, and I'm super hyped by all those enthusiasm about it, and so many people are actually telling me, yeah, I would like to support you. I actually also got people that told me they have land to sell, and it is getting more towards making it reality.
Man, it's the Bitcoin community. Bitcoin community is a very tight community.
I love Bitcoiners. I love Bitcoiners.
Sorry, Tiago, I guess I interrupted you there. You were going to say something?
No.
Okay. Abjeto, any more questions for our guest?
Nope.
Nope, everything is clarified. Okay, so let me just before we wrap up, let me just go back to the full screen here and show everyone. So if you want to know more, any more things, and let me just use this full screen button here. If you just want to know anything else more about the project Bitcoin-Hostel in Portugal, which is being done by Alfred and from Germany, you can visit the website. The website is bitcoin-hostel.com. You have all the information. I guess you will update the site as soon as any more information is available. So, guys, if you want to support it, there are many ways. This is a decentralized project. You can follow the Twitter account. You can check the website. You can donate Bitcoin if you want, even if this is just a few bucks in Bitcoin. It doesn't matter. You are supporting a decentralized project, which I really enjoy and I think has potential to become a reality soon. Okay, so this is the website. Visit and get into contact with Alfred, of course, if you really enjoy it. And let's go back to the guests before we just wrap up. I would like to thank you very much, Abjeto and Tiago from Sata Bitcoin. Of course, you guys know their podcast also on YouTube. Every Tuesday night, they have this live podcast with different guests. And also go there and support their channel, subscribe to the channel, leave your likes whenever you like the videos. And a very special thank you to Albert. I said Alfred, Jesus. I said Alfred during the stream. Sorry, man. I just realized now. Very, very good. Thank you to Albert for coming here to this live stream today and explain the project that we really enjoyed when I saw it on Twitter. That's why I invited him to come here today and also to help to spread the word and get more people behind the project and trying to support it. Okay, any last words you want to say, Albert, before we wrap up?
Yeah, I just want to thank you for all this great support. You're all wonderful people, and I'm looking forward to a really nice, positive future, hopefully with the Bitcoin standard, and together we can make it.
I guess we will, and I hope to see you soon in Portugal, and we can have a beer somewhere. So please keep in touch, and tell us everything about the project on Twitter. And Tiago, any last words and the project also?
No, for me, you can wrap it up.
It's all good?
It's been a pleasure. Yeah.
Thank
Okay,
you for
guys.
inviting me, Hus.
Guys, it was nice meeting you, Tiago. Objector, we see you on Tuesday.
Yes.
And
Okay, I guess this will be a live stream in 2 parts. So, of course, you guys know already. If you want to also, if you speak Portuguese and you understand Portuguese, this will be, this will be in English because Albert doesn't speak Portuguese. So I guess they will have their usual podcast in English also on Tuesday. So you can, of course, continue to watch like a second part of this podcast on Aceita Bitcoin on Tuesday night. It's at around 10 p.m., right? Portuguese time.
Yes.
Okay. So, guys, thank you very much again to everyone being here on this podcast today. I'm just going to wrap up and leave you guys on backstage before I say the final things here. If you want to stay online, just stay there. I will just, wrap up the stream, and then we can say goodbye in the backstage if you want to wait a few more minutes. Okay, guys, so let me just go here and start to wrap up, guys. So thank you very much for the first live stream that I hosted today, as usual on Saturdays around 4 p.m. Portuguese time, after coming back from El Salvador. So it was a pleasure to come back to the streams. Of course, I will also resume the technical analysis podcasts, but today we had a special guest to discuss about the Bitcoin-Hostel project, Albert. I did not make a mistake right now, not calling him Alfred. And thank you all for watching the return of the live stream on Saturdays. So thank you all for watching again, and I hope to resume all the normal operations of the FYouMoney channel soon, as you were used to be, or before I went to El Salvador, and I had this pause for 2 months, almost 2 months. Okay, guys. So it was a pleasure again to have you all here, and we will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.